We get to see a young Rudo here. Mum, where's Dad? Oh, we get to see the mum as well. He should be home soon. You should get ready too, Rudo. It's been a while since we've gone out to eat dinner as a family. That day, my mother's voice had a distinctly cheerful tone to it. Get ready. We're just going to Iwell's, right? I don't think there's no need to dress that nice, do I? No, can do. We're going out in public, so you need to dress properly. Okay, Mom. Rune, are you all dressed yet? Yes, Mother. My dearest brother, you still haven't changed? Boy, she's overly polite now, isn't she, compared to what we had to witness just before? Yeah, Mum and I were just talking just now. Oh, brother. Well then, shall I help you? Help me with what exactly? Why, with a change of clothes, of course. Don't be silly. Haha, it's fine, Rune. Just let Rune help you out, why don't you? Come on, brother, from the top. Don't joke around, I'll head back to my room. I'm going to change. Dad's coming home soon, right? Ha ha ha. Hey, Sid. So what's his dad? Well, if it ain't my two favourite months, Daddy's home, kids. Welcome back, Dad. Hello, Father. Welcome home. Why is our eyes so really faded out? Oh, I'm really not liking it. Why, hello to you too, my wonderful son and daughter. Oh wait, what's with that outfit, Rune? Huh? It's a dress for going out. Mum said it's cause we're going out to eat. Are you crazy? Jeez, who needs to dress up all fancy like that? We're eating at a tavern, you know. I was telling them the exact same thing. Sid, where's your necktie? Oh, come on, work's already over, why can't I just take it off? Do you realise you're still the president of this Whitehall enterprise? If you dress that way, every single one of your business partners aren't going to take you seriously. I like the fact that, you know, despite our prior description of the mother being weak and frail, she's just like on the case with Sid. Come on now, put on your necktie back on. We're already about to leave. We won't get back early if we don't. My mother continued to yell at my father as she hurried him on, storming up the stairs to the second floor. I finally came home early for once, and now your mom's giving me the third degree. Maybe she's mad because you don't come home like this. What terrible thing's gonna happen to us now? Seems too happy for something terrible, not that, like, something terrible's gonna happen by the end of this. Like, really, like, we know at least, we know that 3 of them die. We know that much. It's gonna be an instant about that, isn't it? Well, I've got an important announcement to make. He's still not wearing his necktie. Goodness gracious, mother, father, you both look overjoyed. Oh, daughter of mine, starting next week you become a prisoner of society. But that is a prisoner of society? You betcha. Now you're gonna have to play by the rule. Be quiet for a moment. Yeah, it's start scratching my cheeks. Rune, we formally enrolled you into an academy. You'll be going to school starting next week. Really? That's awesome. Congrats, Rune. You mean it? Oh, we're oh, that's good. Sorry, that's just kind of an awkward way to say. We're serious. Hella serious. No one ever mentioned the word hella. Even young Rudo agrees it's kind of an awkward thing to say right now. So next week, I really will be going to an academy with other kids. You made a really good impression on them last week in last week's orientation, they said. Even the principal said they'd love you to have you on board. I'm so happy, I can't believe it. I'm going to an academy. I must be dreaming. You're not the one currently dreaming, so it's fine. I'm happy for you, Rune. I hope you can make a lot of friends. Yo, if it ain't Sid. Alright, come here, it's about those White Hats. It'll be... Alright, come on. It'll be about the Zhevitz siblings. Took the words right out of my mouth. And just what you're thinking of doing here is stuffing your face full. You got me just to get smashed? Heinz, don't make Sid drink too much. He can't even take a bit of alcohol, you know. Come on, Eileen. Don't be such a hard ass. We almost never get to meet these days, huh? Oh, and you two are... Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Heinzwan. If I remember correctly, it's Rudo and... Rune, I don't believe my eyes, Sid. I take my eyes off you two for a moment and how you grown up this big? Come on, Rudo, come here for a second. Yes? Boy, you sure got a real tall. At this rate, you might end up growing past your dad. Yo, Heinz, you're pulling me out here. You pulled me out here and now you're gonna keep me waiting? We're doing the chugging contest, right? Hey look, it's Whitehouse president and... God, it's the Whitehouse president and Hertzwein are going to do a speed drinking contest. The president of Whitehouse? He's way too damn rich to be gracing the likes of this here tavern. Then who the hell's that then? What? Just don't be stupid. Just because I got money doesn't mean I can't go to a tavern. I ain't one bit more special than anyone here, other than owning a major power company in the city. I came here to take down the king of the tavern. The king of the tavern, is that Heinz wine? Hertz wine? Anyway. Hey Hertz, let's do this. Just chug. I swear, we finally have dinner out as a family. Don't worry, I'll send him back in at Tia in a jiffy. I haven't seen this guy in so long either. Just let me do a little catching up with him, okay? He's fine. Sid, if you're doing this, then you better beat him. Just take that down, Hertz down. Mother, you got it, and you can deal with just giving the judges some incentives too. Okay everyone, if Sid wins then everyone in the tavern gets a free drink as a present from us. For real? You guys, you better keep Hertz from chugging. Hey, no cheating. I thought this match was going to be fair and square. Even with this all going on, you seem to be enjoying yourself, Mother. Is something wrong, Mum? No, it's just... time is really amazing, isn't it? It heals everything, no matter how deep the wounds are. Even when you're given up, it gives you the strength to keep going once more. There was a time that I thought we'd never be able to speak with Hertz again. I apologise for what I've done, Mother. No matter how young I was, I brought shame and disgrace to our family. I truly am sorry for what I've done. It's fine, Rune. It's all in the past. Rune, as long as you two grow well and happy, then that's all I need. Mother... Why did I say... I just realised, why did I say that so weirdly? I hope you two can work side by side, leading the Heinzwell companies together. And for that to happen, you need to study as hard as you can. Yes, absolutely. What? Rune's gonna go to an academy? Academy schmademy. Even if people don't go to school, they can turn out perfectly fine. I hear you, Heinz. You hear that, Rune? You don't even need to go to school. You'll be a perfectly outstanding citizen, just like me. You're just saying that because the alcohol's getting to your head. Yeah, I was just stroking. Alright, I'm just enjoying doing that way of speaking. Listen, Rune. It's true that your father or Albert didn't go to school and still managed to become greatly successful. But don't forget, there are exceptions to the rule. You may get fired up like that, especially when you two are around, but it's been sponsoring a compulsory education program for the entire outer pole through the government for years. Compulsory education? It is a system that makes sure children have the right to education. A society where kids have that right? You two need to keep this in mind. The people of the outer pole can't use craft. Though you two need to study as hard as you can, or you won't have anything to help you survive. Don't be silly, Eileen. What? A person's worth ain't determined by how much crap they shove into their heads from school. There's a sense of how they can change themselves from the knowledge they've earned through experience. Hell yeah, Hines, you sure know the right things to say for a drunkard. For heaven's sake, stop ruining the whole point of my story. Look, Rune, you're going to school next week, okay? Hehe, understood, mother dearest. And more time passed. Sid. Oh, you brought Rune with you? Hello, Mr. Albus. Sorry, it looks like I left a few papers and stuff. I see. Sorry, Rune, I need to speak with your father in private if you don't mind. Huh? Okay. I guess you can just go do something to kill time? Yeah, I have a bit of work I still need to do. Gotcha. Alright, I'll see you later. Okay, what's going on here? You're looking pretty grim. You're not looking too good yourself. Did you have too much to drink yesterday? I sure did. Ended up having a drinking contest with Hertz. Remember when I told you that we would be enrolling Rune in a school again? I figured it's already been a while since that incident, so it should be alright now. Have you already told Rune this? Yeah, we celebrated it yesterday. She felt overjoyed. You should have been there, Albus. Is that so? Hey, what's wrong? You've been making a real scary face this whole time. It's quite the issue, Sid. Here's the cross sections of Rune's brain from her MRI scan the other day. This is the cross section where she gets mad, here's when she's happy. This is when she's sad, and this... Huh? Did the scans get mucked up or something? No, these are perfectly accurate. Oh yeah, that is a MRI scanner in the background. I just realised that now. Even I wasn't sure at first. But this is exactly what was captured without a doubt. This scan shows Rune's entire range of human emotions. Then that makes even less sense. There's no change here at all. These are all just copies of the same thing. Sid, I need you to calm down and listen to me. Rune has no emotions. Huh? Unlike you, or me, or Rudo, her brain lacks the portion that controls emotion. I think it's some kind of congenital disorder. No. That's just not possible. What? I mean, I've seen her laugh. She was even sulking when Rudo was ignoring her just the other day. Just what do you call all that? I can't say, but looking at the results of this MRI, don't mess with me. If it weren't you, Albus, I'll be putting the living daylights out of you. I'm being perfectly serious, Sid. This is no laughing matter. So my daughter isn't human, is that what you're saying? What? You are, aren't you? A person who has no heart, no emotions. What are you kidding? We are humans precisely because we have hearts. Look, I'm not trying to pull your leg here, okay? And I'm telling you, this has to be an error. The MRI is still pretty new technology. How can we be sure how accurate this thing is? And this is coming from the mouth of the person who invented it? You, of all people, should know how accurate the MRI is. Do you have any idea just how many advances in medical science were made possible these last few years because of your creation? Rune not having any emotions. No, that can't be true. And that whole incident when she was a kid, there must have been some kind of mistake. Is that all true? Ah, damn it, Rudo, why did you have to listen in? Rudo? And now we're just time skipping again. A few months after that, Rune was able to mingle with her peers in the academy without incident. Despite all that Albus had said, nothing out of the ordinary took place, and we continued to live our peaceful lives. We were still worried about the Krylers incident, but most seemed to have already forgotten about it. Ever since that incident, Rune had always been homeschooled, so there were many who didn't even know that the Whitehats had a daughter. With Rune's social behaviour, she quickly became a popular student in the academy. She made many friends there. Perhaps because her home tutor had been very strict, it seemed as if her classes were a little too easy. Our anxieties that were born from Albus's conjecture also ceased, and our peaceful life went on as usual. Until one day, I came across Rune on her way back home from the academy, heading deep into an area of the park where most people don't enter. Just what could she be doing going that far in, I wondered. Curiosity getting the better of me, I snuck inside. As I got closer, what? I was able to hear the dying cries of an animal. What animal exactly? I wasn't sure. That's how wretched its last screams were. No, can't be. I ran towards where Rune was. Oh, please don't show an image of this. Kind of showing an image of it all. Granted, she is covering the animal. What the? Oh no, it looks like I've been found. Since when have you been following me? Could you be stalking me, perhaps? What are you doing? Well, I suppose whether I've been found out or otherwise doesn't really matter. But you know, when people know, it's just such a pain. Right, Rudo? The tone of her voice suddenly changed. Answer me, Rune. What have you... No, it didn't change. What? It occurred to me how cunning she was, and that she didn't change one bit. What are you? Who knows? But seeing as I have no emotions, then I'm not human, at least. She knew? That theory that was only known between Father Albus and myself. So how did she find out? When did she find out? Here's your reward for finding out my secret. An explanation for my dear oblivious big brother who cannot seem to grasp the situation. The only time I feel emotion is when something which had been so full of life meets its demise. When I take away the happiness of anyone. When a person dies, when years of precious memories and love all crumble away in a single moment. Do you understand? I take pleasure in observing the loss of others. That day, seeing that hideous twitching and spasming, the unsightly way something clings to life so desperately, the very moment something turns into a mere lump of flesh, it truly resonates with the emptiness inside me. The moment I saw Rune's fake smile, I thought to myself with conviction, truly living beings are truly well-oiled machines. I cannot possibly let this thing grow into maturity. That night, I spoke to our parents about Rune, but they did not take me seriously. I needed some concrete evidence to shatter the illusion she had built up these past 6 years. Please, just get along with her, Rudo. You're her older brother after all. Just look after her. So my mother said. Every single day, it didn't even feel like living. My doubts weren't wrong in the slightest. Though if I took my eyes off her for just a moment, who knows what she could do. Rune's grown in wisdom. I doubted there would be any more sudden outbursts like the Growlhead's incident. Whatever she was going to do next, it was going to be planned and calculated incident. I live from day to day, constantly preparing myself for the worst. For a while I started to probe into her actions and routine. I even asked the local peacekeepers. When I asked about any particular incidents, I couldn't believe what they told me. Dead animals? That ain't news anymore. These past few years. Oh wow, there have been numerous reports of corpses of small animals spotted, murdered. Because they all involved some kind of bladed implement used to mutilate their bodies, it was clearly a human who was responsible. These disgusting acts continued to increase. I was told to report anything suspicious as soon as possible. I was at a loss as to what to do. Do I turn Rune in? Right now? Without a single shred of proof? Merely claiming to have seen her do it is paper-thin evidence. No, more than that. When I imagined my mother's face, I couldn't bring myself to report Rune. I had to stop Rune. I can't allow my mother to experience any more pain or suffering. From that day onwards, I had to do something about it, myself. Whenever possible, I always kept Rune on a tight leash. I've noticed you've been paying extra special attention to me recently, brother. I'm so happy. As each and every day went by, hearing Rune's emotionless words, I was more and more convinced. Rune had continued to observe everyone around her, create a facade in order to gain her freedom and our trust. And that. But you know, I'm getting tired of this. She truly was planning something. I know what she's planning. Several weeks later, my mother had collapsed. The tea my mother drank was discovered to have contained a poisonous matter-infused substance called Process 1. However, luckily due to her weak body, her body had rejected the matter before her body had taken in a lethal amount. She managed to escape with her life, at least for the time being. Upon being informed, the peacekeepers conducted a formal investigation. At the same time, Rune disappeared from the residence. A few days later, it came to light that Rune had snuck into a Rughzenhaide's medicine drug stock room. He had stolen enough Process 1 to kill over 10 people. Several days after that, several top executives of companies beyond the outer pole with whom Rughzenhaide was to form partnerships with were found dead, poisoned by Process 1. With the negotiations between the outer pole and the second sector were immediately cut, and the plans for expansion that my father had been working on for 4 years were all scrapped. It was a huge blow to the Rughzenhaide's companies. The next day, it's only getting, the darkness is creeping in from the edge. A cargo ship docked at the port nearby and unloaded Rune's corpse. An autopsy was conducted. The results showed a huge amount of coloured matter inside her body. The cause of death was acute mana shock. Anyone from the outer pole who goes beyond its borders would die from mana shock. Even a child would know this. Hence, it was hard to believe that Rune could have tried to leave of her own intent. Eventually, it was declared a cold case. Just what was Rune trying to accomplish? Was her death an accident? It hadn't dawned on me at the time, but I would realise eventually. My mother's spirit finally broke, and she refused to eat anything. Oh god. Several months later, she passed away due to wasting away. My father could no longer speak right and confined himself in his laboratory. The Rughzenhaide's family was ruined. No. It had long been ruined. The very moment that Rune was born into this world. Yes. Those 6 years of peace since the Growler's incidents were nothing but a sham. Rune's death was not an accident. It was like destroying a carefully stacked house of cards in an instant for her. Suicide was a calculated move in order to deal the greatest possible blow to the Zhevitz. There must have been no other reason. In order to destroy, she had destroyed herself. That was Rune in a nutshell.